Hi, I'm Brittany, and in this video I want to talk about what it means to have your ascendant in Libra or Libra rising. And what is the ascendant or the rising sign? It is how you express yourself, it's how you appear to others, how you see the world, how the world sees you. And Martin Schulman calls it your karmic doorway, which is meaning it's the doorway in which the rest of your birth chart can flow out and be expressed. So people with Libra rising have learned early on in life that as a defense mechanism, they need to be charming and pleasing and peaceful in order to be safe in life. So the person with Libra rising is instinctively easy to get along with, and seeing your point of view, hearing you out, being friendly is one of their first instinct responses, is to be friendly, be likable, and there's a focus on beauty as well. They want to be beautiful. Sometimes they can be overly obsessed with the physical appearance and being beautiful, but they don't really need to be, because naturally they are some of the most beautiful people around, because Libra is ruled by Venus, the planet of beauty and love. So naturally, without even trying, they are some of the most beautiful, loving people to be around. But they can have kind of a hard time standing up for themselves and what they truly believe in. And they can kind of get caught up in other people's worlds and other people's problems and get overly dominated by people with stronger personalities than they have. And not that they're not strong, because they can be very, very strong, and they can be quite strong in themselves as well, but they just have a hard time going against anyone else around. So if you're with a Libra rising person, they're going to be that person that says, oh, I don't know, you choose, or you do it, or, yo, sure, I don't mind doing that, yeah, like they go along with things. And they can go along with things sometimes when they don't really want to be going along with things. Maybe they don't want to be doing that, or they would rather do something else, but they like to keep the peace, right? So they're great mediators between people too, though. Like if people are in an argument, you get a Libra rising person around and they can smooth it out, because they so readily can accept another side of things more easier than any of the other signs could. They can jump out of themselves and see things from another person's perspective, and then identify so much with it that they can forget what their own perspective was of it. So very interesting people. They're great with people, they're great socially, they're very attractive, they usually have a lot of admirers and a lot of friends. They're very friendship and socially oriented people with a hard time expressing their true nature. And it's not, they sometimes don't even know what their true nature is anymore, because they are always around people and they easily identify with other people. So they take little bits of everybody and they sort of become it. But that's when they're living outside themselves. When they go within and they start living with their true self and soul, they can actually express all that they are in a very beautiful way, and in a way that is not off-putting to others, and in a way that is very easily accepted and liked. So they could rise to fame easily, and they're likely artistically gifted. They could be musically gifted, they could be gifted writers. They could have many talents, and they're able to express themselves in such a way that is very well received by others. When they can finally get their true self and be it, it's a really beautiful thing. And another gift that they have is that they can help other people to express their true self when they're in their presence, because Libra rising is so open and friendly and nice that you feel like you can be your real self, and you feel beautiful, and you feel heard, and you feel appreciated and loved. So they have this wonderful gift of bringing out other people's personalities as well. What else? Okay, so when Libra is rising, That means Libra's on the 1st house cusp. We have Virgo on the 12th house cusp, or depending what house system you're using, somewhere near the 12th house. So the 12th house is what's unconscious to us. It's a very deep inner part of us. We have a clue that something is there in our 12th house, but it's kind of just beyond our conscious reach, and it can be hard to access it, but it's a very deep part of ourselves. So Libra rising with Virgo on the 12th house, they do some of their best work alone, actually, because that is when they can tap into the analytical thinking part of their mind. And they can be very off-center when they're around too many people for too long, and they can actually forget how to think, and they won't know how to express their logical side. So what they need to do is get in touch with themselves when they're alone, and then that's how they think of what they're going to say or what they're going to do, or that's where they come up with their genius ideas, is in their alone time. And they can be writers, they can be writing when they're alone, but when they're alone is really when they can get their mind back, because in their day-to-day life they're not operating from as much of their logic as their sense of just wanting to please all the time. So when they get back alone, they can figure out, oh, okay, what is it that I really want and everything, and what do I want to do, and that's what I'm going to do now. When they're alone with Virgo on the 12th house there. But they're never going to express themselves in a hurtful way. Only when they're alone are they going to be able to think, okay, well, hey, maybe I didn't really like being treated like that. But then when they're back around people again, they're not going to suddenly start acting like that. They're going to still be their pleasing self. So advice to Libra rising is actually spend some time alone, maybe a period of time each day, which they won't like to do because these people like to be around people a lot. But when you do spend time alone, you can find your mind again and find your peace again. And find out your true self and soul, not what you've picked up from other people. But what else? Yeah, these people are very beautiful. Men with Libra rising are very attractive, I find, as well. There's something very pretty about men and women with Libra rising, and they just have that natural grace and ease in the presence of other people. So they're usually well liked. What they need to do is find out who they really are, and do not push that away when they're around other people, because the Venus tendency to want to be smooth and peaceful. No, be yourself and everybody will love you, Libra rising, because yourself is beautiful. And yeah, what else? Okay, so when Libra's rising, Libra on the 1st house cusp, we've got Aries on the 7th house cusp. So the type of relationship partner that they actually attract is a more dominating, strong personality. And that's the type of person they're going to be attracted to in a relationship or marriage, is someone who's kind of selfish and fighting and active and is more focused on the self. So that's the type of person they're going to draw into their life, and that's how they're going to see the other people around them too, as being these fighting, dominating people. So that's why they become their peaceful self, right? It's funny how the 7th house and the 1st house correspond like that. 7th is how you see other people, so you feel like you need to act the opposite in order to have a balance there. So anyways, Libra rising, very lovely people. A lot of good friends of mine have this placement, and because my rising is Aries, so naturally 7th house, we attract each other. So I really do love you, Libra risings, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, if you didn't, comment below if it was true for you or how you experienced this placement, if this was accurate. If it wasn't, I would love to hear and talk to all of you. Okay. Mwah. Thanks for watching.